Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason?
And Kelly, or not Kelly,
Eric. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Eric,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with App Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Eric?
Kelly.
and Rick.
And this week we watched Back to the Future Part 3, directed by Robert Zemeckis, written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, and Mary Steenburgen.
Steenburgen.
Bergen?
Steamburger.
Steam virgins.
Have you had your burger steamed today?
Or your virgins?
Steamed burgers.
Steam Burgers.
Um,
There you go.
IMDb synopsis: stranded in 1955, Marty McFly learns about the death of Doc Brown in 1885 and must travel back in time to save him. With no fuel readily available for the DeLorean, the two must figure out how to escape the Old West before Emmett is murdered. So what do you guys think?
So, quick thing here. Not so much about the movie, but about the IMDb page. It has a lot of typos in it. Like, holy shit,
Really?
there are a lot of typos in the fucking page there. Like, a lot of stuff they're doing is just full of typos. But otherwise, so I do enjoy this one. I'm this particular movie there. I don't know why. I just like the whole, concept of, what if you, got trapped in the Old West, I mean, seems kind of like a cool concept, so I do enjoy this one.
But you don't like westerns.
I don't like watching westerns, no.
You're an odd character, bro.
Okay.
I
Do you
know.
not
Make any
like
sense.
do you not like watching old westerns, or do you not like watching any westerns at all? Like,
I
'cause
don't
there's
like watching
newer
old
westerns that are different than the old stuff.
Okay, so like watching stuff that's about like cowboys and shit like that, it's not that bad. I mean, like I fucking love Red Dead Redemption. You know what I mean? Like that was a great
Uh-huh.
fucking game there. What was it? Fucking like 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, or whether that was there with fucking Seth
Seth
MacFarlane
Green?
there. Yeah, I fucking love that fucking movie.
Who
You know
the
what
fuck
I mean?
is Seth MacFarlane? It's
You
Seth
know,
Green.
It's
But-
that guy who makes the
It
Spawn
sounds made
comics,
up.
I think.
Yeah, but but like just old westerns, I am not a big fan of. They just bore the ever living shit out of me.
So it's just old westerns. It's
Yeah.
not like watching.
Yeah.
But when did you watch them?
Oh, I don't know. Like
I don't know
I've
if you know
watched-
this or not, but as you get older, things are not the same as when you were younger.
Well, no, but at the same time, though, like when you watch stuff as a teenager and you're like, "Wow, holy fucking shit, this is fucking just absolutely stupid," and I really don't like this.
Yeah,
This is just
I'm
boring as
100%
shit.
still behind what I said. When you're a teenager, it's not the same as right now,
Well,
like at all. What is going on?
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I've like there's movies or shows, movies, whatever that I liked when I was a teenager. I look back at now, it's like, oh, what?
no, but I mean,
What?
at the
Why did
same
that
time, though, I mean, I remember a lot about those things that I watched, and I'm like, yeah, this is incredibly boring. And I feel like, hey, if I were to go back and watch these again, I have a good feeling here that I'm just going to be incredibly bored with it again.
You should watch them again, and we'll probably make you watch them for the podcast. But I feel like you're just going to double down on what you're saying, only because you've already said this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that if everybody just pulls back for a couple months, he won't remember.
I mean, you would think,
Yeah.
but that's not the way that would work there. So,
Oh my
you know.
God, we should just gaslight him and say that he loves them.
Yeah, Ricky, you've always said you love
You s-
fucking
Yeah.
westerns. dude.
Oh,
What's your favorite?
Like your favorite movies.
all right.
The doc could definitely have made gasoline, right?
No shit!
Maybe
Oh,
not
that's
like
not
some crazy,
Absolutely.
like awesome octane or
Whoops.
fucking clean shit. But he could have made something to get the car going.
You
Like
can use fucking alcohol.
exactly, he
Yeah.
could have just done that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, wasn't it
Did
the
we
second
Yogi
one
Bear?
where he converted it into using trash?
That was for the fusion.
Yeah.
That wasn't for the
Again?
the actually driving. Of
What
the
year
car. It
was
just
this
like time
again?
circuits. What year was this movie? This was
Yeah, is it 1895?
Oh, in that thing, yeah, 1885.
Ooh.
So I looked it up, and oil was discovered in America in 1865 in Pennsylvania. By 20 years, I'm sure they have found it in California, and
yeah.
were doing whatever they needed to do with it. So he mentions kerosene at some point, anyways, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sure.
So, like, isn't that a byproduct?
Kerosene is
fucking-
like diesel. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like
it
a
is,
byproduct of the stuff, right? So
but-
there's definitely people drilling for oil at that time.
Oh no, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they had
Mhm.
crude oil. Let's see.
I mean, like you just look at Red Dead Redemption there, and they have like oil rigs out there, like oil pumps and shit out there. So it's
Mhm.
like they were definitely pumping fucking oil.
I mean, I guess maybe it's just because of the time frame. He didn't have enough time, but I don't know.
I mean, he was there for quite some time before Marty came back.
No, I was saying
Yeah.
he didn't know he needed gasoline.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
yeah. But you would still think that he would have just like made at least something like that just for like other things out there. You know what I mean?
Because I think the DeLorean that he leaves isn't that one that still needs the uranium or plutonium or something like that. Like it doesn't have the fusion buddy or whatever the fuck they called it on it. 'Cause he says
Oh,
he leaves
well,
one
it-
in the. No, he takes it. That's the one he takes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. The Mr. Fusion's on there. Like what
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna
'cause when
say
it
is
gets-
all he would need is an electric motor,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just get
and
an
then
electric
just
motor,
convert
bro,
the
and-
car to electric. Because 1.21 gigawatts, he could have a car that does 1,000 miles an hour.
Well, he doesn't
I don't
need
know
the.
if that's true or not.
Oh well, yeah. I guess the Mr. Fusion would create that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doc just wanted to live in the old west. He didn't fucking care.
That's exactly what
Mhm.
happened. He's like,
He's like, I
Oh.
love being the smartest guy and nobody telling me,
Yeah.
that I'm some fucking psychopath or some shit like that. This is fucking great.
So his normal actual timeline is like 80s, and then he just went back and stayed there, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because he in the other movies it just he's all over the place all the time, so it's like, what? But okay, that's interesting. He had children. That's cool.
He had crumb grinders.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna
Just like-
take a train to some other fucking place. I don't know. I think he does
Future
mention like the didn't he say the time circuits were fried though because of the lightning, and that's why he ended up in 1885.
Yeah, something like that.
Whoa.
So,
Damn.
yeah. But then he was like, it would, what would have happened if I ended up in fucking the Dark Ages? And I'm like, you'd have been in America in the Dark Ages.
There would have
There wouldn't have been anybody around. But
Yes, there would have.
well, not as it would have been.
It wouldn't
harder
have
for
been
him to find
fun.
some-
I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
But like the way he was talking was he's going to be burned at the cross or some shit like that, and it was like, or burned at the stake. But it's like you wouldn't have been in Europe at that time. Maybe some Russians, I guess.
What
You
a
know?
crapshoot. Like Native Americans
Yeah.
circa like 1200. Because if you actually look, like there was a shitload of them. There's a
Yeah.
lot. And, we coughed. He'd cough and fucking
Yeah, he'd kill most of the
I'd
population.
call him the plague bringer.
Yeah.
It just depends on which tribe he encountered as to what happened to him. Like it'd either be like, oh, it's fine, or he's getting smoked right away. So I don't know. That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Because I don't know if you read that one book I recommended, the summer. I can't remember. It's the one about the Comanches, and they were not pleasant to people
Yeah.
especially dudes. Well, I mean, you're dead versus other things happening to you. So I'm not sure which one's worse. They're both bad. So, anyways, yeah. On a lighter note, I fucking love this movie.
No, yeah.
I've always wanted to ride a horse next to a train and catch it, like my whole life. I'm super fucking scared of horses, so there's that.
Honestly,
Like,
this seems like this
mm-mm.
like if like any of us ever like wins the lottery, right? I think like regardless of like what we're doing, where we're at, we need to get Eric on a horse and get a train and just like pay the money so we can get Eric to ride a horse and jump onto a train
Well, it
there.
sounds like we're gonna have to get him used to the horse first.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like we'll get him out there. Like we'll get him, like riding lessons, shit like that.
This
there.
is a great
We'll
YouTube
get a train
series.
there,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna get Eric out there. He's gonna catch the train, and then we're gonna see
Here's what
how
I
many
think we should
people
do for this
on that
YouTube
train
series.
that he can
Yeah.
shoot with an airsoft fucking little fucking pistol there before he gets taken down with another.
Oh, Ricky
airsoft
just
pistol.
took it like to a whole nother level
You know
of
what
awesome.
I mean? Like he gets to go and like try to like
Oh.
rob this train with airsoft pistols there, as like another team that's on the opposite side of the train there tries to go in and intercept him, and it's gonna be Eric and like I don't know, we'll say like he gets like a choice of like two like cohorts there to hop on this train with them and try to rob it and try to get all the way to the front of the train there to take it over. While there's like another like equal group of people out there trying to stop them that start at the front of the train. Like we'll do this. Like if any of us gets rich, we have to do this for Eric.
Oh, I love this idea so much. We have to do this. Oh
I'm
my
saying,
god.
I mean, it
That'd be
depends on
so
where
awesome.
depends on where the treasure car is on that train. Also, you don't have to take the whole train. You just got to detach that, one, and you can, take it at your leisure. If you've killed everybody else in the thing or subdued them all, you don't need to take the front.
Well, yeah, but
Although-
still, though, it's more fun to have to, go
Yeah.
and, take over the entire train. You know what I mean? Because usually the treasure car is near the back.
Yeah. Which seems like a dumb idea, right?
Yeah, it really kind of does. Like, why would you have that back there? It's gonna be the easiest place for them to catch up to it. Probably don't want to do that.
Maybe it's the idea they don't want somebody to take the whole train, so they're just like, all right, we'll put it at the back.
Yeah.
The bad guys will take that shit. The rest of the people will be fine. Except that back then they cared more about that treasure than they fucking cared about.
Oh
those
no,
people.
hell yeah! Oh, I mean, nowadays
I guess
they
nowadays
still care
too.
about
Depends
that.
on who it is, but yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like they still care about that. Like, they don't give two shits about fucking human life if it fucking costs them a shit ton of money. I mean, fuck, right now they're debating whether or not they should fucking go and fucking save the astronauts stuck out in fucking space because it means they're gonna sacrifice a 1.5 billion fucking capsule. They're like, I mean, isn't that astronaut's life really worth that $1.5 billion capsule? I don't think it is. So yeah, like that's kind of what they're doing right now. Like honestly, like if like you're like counting on your government or a business saving your life over their assets, you are fucking delusional. Because they're gonna save their assets long before they even consider saving you.
Good luck with that, huh?
Yeah, like, it's just not gonna fucking happen, dude.
No. That's
Like, that's not the way,
Oh,
way the
jeez.
real world works.
what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. So like if you guys
Oh,
got
there it is.
transported back in time to Western times, like what would be like your like general game plan of like how you're like, well fuck. I mean, I'm at a time there where like healthcare was like you got ghosts in your blood, here's some leeches and some cocaine, you're like, well shit, like what would be like your game plan to like survive? Are you just gonna like be like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna live a long life, but I'm gonna live a fun life? Or are you gonna be like, no, I'm gonna try to actually fucking like stick this out and live as long as I can?
I mean, I try to live as long as I can. I don't know what the fuck I would do.
Yeah, I mean, because like, I mean, like you got two options in that situation. Like, go with the flow and be like, yeah, dog, I totally got a demon or fucking ghost in my blood, man. I need cocaine and cane, like to get rid of these demons. They're like, okay, here you go, Or are you gonna be like, fuck this modern fucking day fucking shit here, like I'm gonna like try to fucking like do my own healthcare with my knowledge, knowing that I don't know much about healthcare, but I know enough I guess I'm gonna go lick some moldy bread if I get sick and hope to God I'm not allergic to penicillin. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, what else are you gonna fucking do? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
because I'm like, that's the thing. Like, everyone always like says, you know, like, oh, if I go back in time, like I make shit futuristic. It's like, would you really though? Like, do you know how to make an electric motor out of just a raw? Like, do you know how to smelt that stuff down, form it, shape it, get it to work, make the fucking breakers in it and the fucking resistors and all that kind of shit you're gonna need and the fucking circuit board and that bitch there, make the circuit board itself? Do you know how to do that? I sure as fuck don't know how to fucking do that. Do you know how to make a fucking electric well pump? Fuck no.
Mhm.
Like, do you know how to make a modern day gun with old time fucking equipment? No. No, I do not. Do you know the exact chemistry behind making a fucking, like, a modern day, like, round? No, not really. Like, I know how they're made up. I don't know how to make the powder that's inside the primer, though. I don't know how to make the actual powder its fucking self. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that recipe exactly. You know? I don't know how to smelt the metal to fucking make the fucking, even the goddamn casing for the damn gun. You know? It's like, you don't know how to do that stuff. Like, you're gonna go back in time and you're gonna be like, oh, I have all these cool ideas. And they're like, okay, well, how do you do it? I don't know really the details, but it's possible. It's possible.
Well, the main
Just trust
problem with
me.
all of that is that what you
You
need
know?
to do is develop all of the infrastructure to get all of it to happen.
No, exactly. So it's
And
like,
you like, how are you like? All right, let's be real here, Ricky. If it's me or you, that's not happening.
no.
We're gonna
You're
go
gonna have
beat
to
our
have
head
someone
against
who's
the wall.
already like involved with that
What we
kind
need
of
to do
industry.
is we need to steal Iron Man's suit
That's it. Yeah.
and go back in time.
Uh-huh.
Get the guy who made the suit to come back. Like, let's say
Mhm.
it's Elon. I think he could probably do it.
I think he
We
already
could have
did. He's just hiding
railroads
it.
in like 1200. That'd be hilarious.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, it's like the Romans are like, "What the hell?" And the barbarians have fucking a railroad system with a train.
Right.
You know, the German barbarians are like, "Look how precise it is," and the Romans are like, "Oh shit, this is bad."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, what else you gonna do? You know? I mean, so it's yeah, that's so, you know, it's like everyone always, like I said though, everyone always thinks like, oh, I could go back in time and create futuristic shit. It's like, no, you wouldn't. Like, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You have no means of creating any of the future tech. The most
I
you
am
could
definitely
do
one of the
is,
people that does not think that.
yeah,
I'll tell
like,
you that much.
yeah, like the most you could do
Hell no.
is get people thinking you're fucking insane. Like that's the most you're gonna get out of it. You know what I mean? Like past that, dude, like good fucking luck, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and back in the day, it's probably best not to have everyone think you're fucking insane. You know, it might be in your best interest.
That's a double-edged sword that's not going to go your way very often.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the one finger pointed at somebody else and the four fingers pointed back at you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or three or
it's-
whatever the
yeah,
hell the saying is.
like you're gonna get one hell of a historical shocker. And those guys don't clean very well.
God damn it.
So
No.
like yeah.
Like what and where, what time period would you, and what era of your life would you guys have liked to, like if you could go back, like let's say you could go into the future or the past. The future's a rough one because holy shit,
Mhm.
things are fucking weird right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And definitely unknown, you know, like you have no
Oh
idea.
yeah.
Right.
So it's like, which one would you like to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely want to be the younger me. I don't need to be a 40-year-old fucking fat piece of shit. I'll be a 20-year-old
Yeah.
fat piece of shit. At least then, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean
not
like
gonna get tired.
yeah, I'm like if
doing
you can like
regular
go
labor
back
and
in
shit.
time with your current knowledge and experiences, but like just merge with like a younger version of yourself. Like
Yeah.
that would be like the ideal situation there, because then you can go back in time with better knowledge, a little more, you know, intelligence on you. Maybe not much, but at least a little bit.
Do I have any time to prep? And I start reading a bunch of books about how to do shit.
Right?
And
Like,
then
can
I
I
can
go
go
What
down
would
and
you?
look at like
Well, okay,
historical
actually,
like
yeah.
lottery
You have
numbers
1
and
year.
shit like
you got
that?
a year. You got a year, and they're gonna transfer your consciousness into a different area of your body. You have a year to prep, and then you can go to any time period you want. All right, go ahead, guys. We'll start with Steve.
I mean, I'm probably gonna read some medical shit. Because it's easier to be a doctor back then. I feel like.
Oh God,
I don't
yeah.
feel like you were getting
You
shot
don't need
as
to
much
read
as a
any
doctor.
medical shit to do
No,
that.
but
you
then
can
I-
literally just show me like, you want me
But
to cut
see,
your leg off?
If I have
Here
the
we
medical
go.
shit, then I'd have a higher chance of keeping people alive and less chance of me dying. You know, of people killing
No,
me
you
because I
just
killed
all
their
you gotta
family
do
member.
is a fucking Ricky's dad. You just go sway of the road. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go. Didn't go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Fucking
go.
ghost. Did you guys see the ghost coming out of the blood? And they'll be
I mean, I
like,
still will have to do that.
you know,
If I
I
make
fucking
somebody,
did see that.
if I have somebody
But he
survive,
only had a nicked pinky,
Hmm.
and you killed him. I'm not sure how you did that.
yeah, well, I would like to go back and actually make it so that people were, not gonna die under the care. If I'm gonna do a job, I
Oh.
want to do it as well as I can. I'm not gonna be a fucking, a good doctor, but I'd be better than the ones that were there. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
mostly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Legit.
That's a
Yeah.
hard maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, the dentist took or barbers took on a lot of that shit anyway. So, you didn't have to.
My dad would have been a hell of a fucking hell of a. He sewed my brother's head, and
Yeah.
guess what? Robert doesn't have a scar.
Well, honestly, I think that's just more of like a testament to Robert than anything else. You know what I mean? Like, see, real
And
here.
you're not wrong. but
Robert's not
yeah.
a normal person, you know?
No. No, you're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just something to get me less likely to be shot. Hopefully.
You don't want to get shot?
No, I don't really want to get shot. I don't really.
They
feel
wouldn't
like it.
shoot you for that. What are you talking about?
It seems like they shot you for anything.
No, that's fucking. Okay. You got to look at it like this. There wasn't very many people back then. There's people here now. How many of them could they possibly shot? Wasn't that many.
Yeah.
That's one of those things they show you on TV that everybody's just like, that must be true. It's not true. What the fuck they're talking about? It's more of that shit. Yeah, if you like, here's the thing: if you were being a dildo, shot you. There's a whole bunch of stuff nowadays that they'll give you like 6 months in jail for. That back
Yeah.
then they clipped you. But guess what? Do you steal? No, only in video games. So-
Video games.
Probably okay.
I also feel like I don't like. Okay, so you go back and be a grocer or something like that, some shit like that, just some job to keep yourself alive. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't. There's a lot of those types of people. There's tons of people that can do that.
Yeah.
If you go back and try to be a doctor and you have some kind of knowledge, maybe you're good at it, then you can survive. And you don't have to be in the old west too. There's other places you could be in the fucking town, or a big city or some shit. Big city quotation marks. It's not like they were huge back then either, but still, you didn't have to be out in some, the old west town and stuff like that. Where if I chose something else, I also don't want to fucking be a farmer. I guess I could be a farmer. I don't want to do that kind of work though. It's a lot of work. All right. It'd be
Yeah.
a lot of work to do anything then. I don't want to do that much work. All right. If I don't have to. So if I could trade work
you could
for
be a
food,
doctor. You'd be it'd be no problem, man. Or
Yeah.
a dentist.
well, that's what I was thinking of.
You'd
Just
have
something
to deal
that,
with like, I
Yeah,
don't
fucking
have
real
the
gross
penicillin's not invented. I feel like that one would not be that hard to come up with.
no, I feel like you
That's
could
the one you
definitely-
should read up on. If you
Yeah.
could have invented and then started a myth when you made it. If you don't finish all the stuff, your dick will quit working.
definitely get everybody to use
And
it,
if you're a
right?
lady, you're gonna grow a dick.
Mhm.
Everybody would be like,
Mm-hmm.
then you'd laugh because you'd remember your mom going, honey, you got to take all your antibiotics because if you don't, your dick's going to fall off. And it won't work anymore. Okay.
God.
Oh man.
So, and then you'll be like, I did that. But look at the benefit. Look at that awesome benefit. There wouldn't be any fucking antibiotic resistant shit.
Yeah.
Because guys, my dad would be like, "Oh, I dropped one of the pills. I need another one. My dick's not falling off." He would have been in the
Yeah.
pharmacy. Give me the fucking pill. I will shoot
Yeah.
every motherfucker here. I need the pill.
Uh-huh. I can feel my dick falling off as we speak. Give it to me
I
now.
swear to God, I feel it falling off.
You need these assholes just taking the whole thing at once. I took them all.
So God, I can feel
There
my
you
dick
go.
falling off.
And you say if you take them all at once, it'll make your dick half the size sometimes.
Mhm.
So you throw in the sometimes. That way somebody's like, I know somebody did that, didn't do anything. It's like,
Mhm.
it says sometimes right in the fucking thing, bro.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Exactly. Uh-huh. I mean, nowadays they
That's
kind of
fucking
have that
funny.
whole thing there because like everything seems to give you anal seepage. Yeah. So
I mean, everything back then was giving you anal seepage anyway.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, the water,
a
the
normal
food,
thing.
your bed, the air. I mean, just life in general was giving you anal seepage. You know, I mean,
I mean, the
Yeah.
good thing is back then you could just say whatever, bad air and shit like that, and people believe you. So
oh yeah,
it worked out.
exactly. Uh-huh.
That's true.
Mhm.
Steve's just like, yeah, the bad air in here, you got to watch out for it. They're like,
Mhm.
what
Anal
bad?
seepage.
Bad air?
Yeah.
That can be
Oh, that's
bad? Fucking
Take
bet
a
your ass
fucking
it can
bath,
be.
man. What are you doing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't do it in the fucking town water though, you piece of shit.
You know,
Yeah,
that right
there's
there
so
would be
many
like the
of those stories.
hardest thing to do back in the day is to get people to quit fucking dumping their fucking sewage and waste in the fucking water supply. Cause like I don't understand why they at any point in time thought that was like, hey, let's piss and shit where we get our water from, guys. It's so cool. It's like why did you ever fucking think like like even when you're retarded, like animals know not to shit where they fucking sleep, dude. You know what I mean? Like why are you stupider than a fucking wild animal?
I think some of it is like you just have the waste out there, then it gets washed away into the thing. So if you're drinking from a source lower than where you're living is the problem. And so it's more like where
It's
did they
only
put
a
the
problem
town,
if
where
you're
did they put the
shitting in
thing,
your
so-
own stuff. If you're shitting in the next town's water, fuck 'em.
Exactly. So like I think that happened in like wasn't it like Chicago that like fucked up
Chicago.
the river so fucking bad that like the people down river were getting all sick and shit like that because of the shock. And Chicagoans are like, I don't know, is that what they are? Chicagoans? I don't know. Anyways, they're like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong. I'm fine up here.
Let's go
But
some
guys like
water.
a mile down the way are just fucking getting sick and all their garbage and waste in the water. Why does the river stink so bad down there, man? You guys suck down there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, holy shit, people are fucking animals. some of the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like people are just
That would be really funny to see Steve like, hey, let's try and keep this
fucking
cleaned up.
stupid.
And they're just like, get out of here.
Yeah,
Well,
there's no
what are you
fucking
talking-
way
I'm not
anybody
gonna
would
sh-
listen to me.
You want me to shit somewhere else? Fuck you.
Yeah. That's
Hell
kinda-
no.
I'm like trying to get all my water from some well like way above the thing, and there's some fucking Indian tribe above there shitting in the fucking well.
Like honestly, that's kind of how it goes.
You sons of
It's
bitches.
like fuck, people like come on, man, like
They're doing it though just to be like, fuck that guy.
oh yeah, it's like at a certain point you're kind of like, hey guys, let's do this experiment. Let's not shit where we fucking get our water from for like a couple of months, and let's just like see like how sick people are like at like the end of that layer. Like we'll just do an experiment. Like we'll say, hey, like are people sicker? Are they less sick afterwards? And like maybe we might just see hey, people are actually less sick. It's cool. But then they're like, well, that's because we fucking gave an offering to the fucking sun god. And so they blessed us without sickness this year. Oh, that was pretty cool.
I think you had that so much in the old west.
No, but still, though, I mean, the kind of level of fucking stupidity it was,
Yeah.
God, that's a nightmare. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Being
the
stuck
issue
in the
with
fucking
going-
old west. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, that's at any point in time, that's the issue with going back in time is the fact that like you got some fucking idiots, dude. Like, and it doesn't matter like how like well like articulated you try to put your argument there and how like much you try to like dumb it down so they can understand it. They're just gonna be like, my grandpappy was shitting in that river, and you know my daddy shit in that river, and so I'm gonna shit in that river, and so are my children. You know, it's I don't give a fuck what you say, you goddamn commie.
I don't
You
think
know?
they knew Kami then.
Oh my God. You know what? I think I know exactly what I would do. I'd get myself back to be 14. Right whenever stupid Karl Marx was still before he wrote his book, and I'd go shoot that piece of shit in his face and
I
shoot
mean,
his dick
yeah.
off and then tell him that's what happens when you don't take all your antibiotics. Bingo. The
You're,
guy's
you're,
like,
you're
"Holy
counting on
fuck."
me going back before then just to make sure.
We both know you would, you know? And then, shit, that's in the roughly the same. Maybe I could figure out who Adolf Hitler's fucking relatives were and shoot some of them.
Well, see, now that's the issue, though. Like, right? So, like, there is a chance that, like, if you were like go out there, right, and say take out Adolf Hitler, like, before he did anything, okay? There's a
Yeah.
chance that someone even fucking worse would have stepped in and filled that power vacuum there, and it would have been even fucking worse, you know? So it's like,
So I want to tell you guys something that is fucking wild. That is very pertaining to what you said. So you guys know about the gases and all the stuff that the Nazis developed, right?
Mhm.
Like they had nerve gases. Okay. There was they invented sarin gas, and then there's one that's worse than that. Anyway, so they had them put in V2 rockets. They had enough in V. Okay, yeah, we got Tabin, sarin, and Soman. Yeah, I think Soman's worse. I'm not sure. There's one of them that's so bad that if you get a drop on, it can sit out for 3 months, and if you get a drop on you, you're dead. Anyways, they had enough of that shit in V2 rockets to blanket the US and the USSR at once. So before we won, Hitler, before he's even in his bunker, somebody shows up and goes, "Hey, we can launch all these fucking rockets and just fucking wipe them out."
yeah, just
And
annihilate
he said, "I won't use this coward's weapon,"
Yeah.
which totally is like, what the fuck? That's not the fucking supervillain that I was told about in school. This is false advertisement. I'm really happy he didn't do that. So that
Yeah.
was nice. Like he didn't murder, I don't know, however million people that would have been, a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not 100%. I mean that because that's like that shit. Imagine being stuck in your house for 3 months or more. If you go, you see your dad go out there, and he'd touch it, and all of a sudden he just starts bleeding out of his ass and everywhere else, and he's just dead. And you're like, okay, staying in the house. Fuck, this is bad. Holy shit, we're starving, and hope the water doesn't quit.
Well, and
Holy shit.
how sealed up, how air sealed is your house at that point?
Yeah.
Too, you
Oh,
know?
I mean, if I was living in the current house I am right now, we're all dead.
yeah. I mean, same here.
Yeah,
So
we're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that shit's like berserk. Anyway, so what I was saying, so it's like, yeah, maybe all it would have taken was like Himmler. Himmler would have been like, "Are you kidding me? You didn't already launch him?"
yeah, it's like why haven't he's shot
Yeah.
the guy who brought it to him because they haven't launched it yet.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that Hitler put in charge of the camps, he would have been
Uh-huh.
like, as long as we hit the Middle East first, yeah, go for it. Get them all. That guy, piece of shit. The fucking fat guy Goering, I don't know what he would have done. He'd probably just be like, "What are we at a cake? Why are you bothering me?"
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Goebbels would have been like, "How do I
Where is
spin
the
this
cake?"
somehow?"
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, so yeah, that shit. I'm pretty sure though, if you got rid of Karl Marx, you'd fucking have solved like at least 100 million people dying of starvation.
So Eric's going back in time to assassinate shitty world leaders. What about the rest of you guys?
I mean, honestly, like if I have, like time to prepare, like I'm just going back to maybe like, you know, maybe like 20s of myself, like merging with my past self, and I'm just gonna have like knowledge of like, you know, sports betting things there and like lottery winnings and shit like that
Right.
there, and I'm just gonna like go
He's
back
gonna
to that
fucking
era
Biff
there.
Tannen it.
Oh,
Your brother
absolutely,
is gonna
dude.
Biff Tannen it.
Oh,
Yeah, he is.
absolutely, bro. Like,
Now, Ricky,
like-
would you send your current parents money after they got married to help them get started? To make your
Well-
life a little better? Or would you say fuck them?
I mean, like, I couldn't like, send that back in time, like I would like, give them money, obviously, like, sure. I'd be like, because like I'm an adult at that point in time, so like there's no way they could just be like, oh, well, you're a minor, so that money's actually mine, and also which I couldn't be doing that kind of betting anyways, well, I'm a minor, so it'd just be.
What time period are you going? Did you say you're going
He said
back
the
to
20s.
the 20s, or are you going back
Yeah.
to your 20s?
I'm going back to my 20s.
Okay. That's
So 10
different.
years ago.
Oh, but as the same as you are now.
Yeah,
Like
but,
same.
I'm like,
Okay. You should
like,
go back to
merging
whatever
with,
year
like-
2006 was. What you should do is find some stocks that go like exponentially up from like 2005 to 7. And then at 7 we have the crash, and you could buy Apple at like almost nothing.
yeah, I mean,
and
buy a
then-
bunch of fucking Bitcoin.
No, Apple didn't do that. The better one would be like when we were like 2001 for Apple, because you could buy like $1,500 in Apple in 01. I think it's like some millions of dollars in like 19, or like $1.5 million. So if you could figure out how to like have 50, 60 grand, put it in there, you're fucking set. Like everybody's set.
Yeah.
And that's easy. That's just open up a account. I mean, then you could just go back, like day trip. Steve's like, hey, where the fuck is my money? Ricky's like, just wait. We got a check coming in the mail, buddy. Bam.
Yeah.
Payback is Steve is tiny amount of money. And he's like, hey, you used I need at least some profit margin on that. That was risky. Oh my God. See, you couldn't tell your brother about it because then his luck would intervene.
Yeah, you can't let
And
me
then
be involved.
an
at all.
asteroid
Yeah.
An asteroid would have just veered over for no reason.
Uh-huh.
God would have flicked the asteroid right out and been like,
Yeah,
no, we're blowing
exactly.
Apple up. This isn't happening for
Uh-huh.
you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would have.
Wouldn't that be funny? Jesus shows up next to you, puts his hand on your shoulder, and says, you can't give your brother any of this fucking money. Or bad shit's going to happen to you, buddy.
We'd both be kind of pissed at that. I'd be like,
Oh,
you motherfucker. Like, you know how much shit he's gonna give me if I don't do this? Do you know the ungodly amount of shit I'm gonna receive because of this? Like, it's honestly at this point, it's almost not worth it. It's almost not worth it at this point. Okay? Like seriously,
That's
like
funny.
all right, like I'm gonna have to like buy a new bedding every day, multiple times a day. Like I'm gonna pretty much like every day I go to bed, I'm gonna have to stop by the store, buy new bedding, because when I come back home, there's just gonna be a giant turd on my bed. All right, like that's just what's gonna be every day. Some days it might be his turd.
Ricky shows
days it
up
might be
with
his
amber
dogs.
turd around
Uh-huh.
his arm, and then he's
Exactly.
surprised that like there's a shit on his bed.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Like, I came home one day and he literally had amber turd shitting on my bed. All right, like I don't know where he got the money to pay her to do this, but somehow he did. All right, like
Dear Elon, please remunerate the funds to me to get her to shit on the bed. And he's like, I already paid her. It's fine. Get after it, bro. It's already done. This is hilarious. Can you video his face?
Uh-huh.
That's fucking awful.
What about you, Kelly? Where are you gonna go?
I don't have any like plans on like you guys. I just would like to like go to the 50s, experience how like average 50s were. Not like they are. It's depicted on TV or whatever. See if it's like
Yeah.
similar or whatever. And then I'd like to see like my grandma as a teenager in before she moved over to California.
You see, like,
Um,
Kelly's is all like wholesome and shit. All of ours like, oh, we're fucking assassinating fucking people. We're getting rich up in this bitch. And Kelly's like, I would love to see, like, what my grandma was like, when she's a teenager. I think that'd be really cool.
Well, yeah, I would
Well,
like
so
only,
there's a
like,
part of
actual
me. Go ahead. So go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
yeah, maybe just save my great aunt. She had died in a car accident, like, when she was, like, 15 or 17. My grandma was in the car accident with her, and so, I don't know, I just feel like that one
Mhm.
little thing I don't know, just interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not do that, but
Yeah. You see,
I
Kelly's
always
all
wonder
wholesome
about
as
the
shit.
butterfly effects, like, if it happens, what would that person turn out different, or I don't know, but
Yeah.
anyways, go ahead, Eric.
So I do have a selfish one that's like I go back to myself when I'm like 8 or 9 and give myself a pep talk on what to do and like how to get some money, etc. Basically by talking my grandma into loaning me a couple like I think I could get her to loan me $50. And then at that point I'd be good, which would be hilarious because like my dad would be so fucking mad when the house burns down and then I'm like, "Yep, just got my $2 million out of the fucking stock trader thing." He'd be like, "What? Remember that $50 grandma gave me? Suck it." And I could get my little brother not to be dead. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how fate works. So I have like the biggest reason in the world to not fuck with it, which is Booger Man. I don't want Stan to not fucking be here. That'd be terrible.
I know.
Or have it be somebody else. I
Mhm.
don't. So it's like, all right, fuck. I'll just go back. I'll take out communism. That'd be good. Well, it's like a stupid ass idea. Only fucking midwits come up with that idea and think it's a good one. They're like when a college professor sits there and tells you all this stuff without all the obvious repercussions. Like they talk about how bad capitalism is. You guys have all heard this about how bad it is. It's like such a complicated thing. Like, what's a better system than that? Like capitalism without all the cronies in there stealing the money that'd be rad. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's-
that's every governmental
Yeah.
type is,
I mean, it's
that
not like the
without all
communists didn't
shitheads.
have the cronies stealing all the money
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
It's not like what was this? The feudalist system didn't have all the cronies stealing money. It's almost kind of like you need to have as few cronies as possible to get the least amount of fuckery. I don't know. It's fucking complicated. That'd be cool to
Mhm.
have like a bunch of experiments, wouldn't it?
Like multiple timelines where you change certain aspects of it to see how it plays
Oh
out.
yeah.
You should be like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, so in this one here, I killed Hitler, and yeah, bad shit happened, so we don't kill Hitler in the other experiments now. You know?
It's like
this
listen,
one, this
somehow
one here, I tweaked with the Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence a little bit there, and, honestly, the War 1812 where Canada attacked us, well, Canada won, now we're Canadian, eh? So we don't fuck with that anymore.
God, you don't want to be Canadian too. That'd be hell no.
This one over here, I fucked with the whole Iran Contra thing there, and well, Cuba took over, so we don't do that
Whoops.
one anymore either. Whoops,
That one got a little out of control, buddy.
So someone's figured out like what bad thing in the past I can actually undo and not just completely make shit fucking just 10 times worse.
He's gonna do this, and then the ballsack aliens are gonna come take him out. Like, you fucked with too much shit,
Oh
man. We gotta take you out.
Fucking time, bitch.
Oh God.
Weird slug
That's a rough
buttons.
one. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys have thought of shit like that. Like,
Oh no,
what-
yeah. Well,
yeah.
but like that's the thing. Like, what you gotta do with time though is like, you have no idea like what else could happen if you change something about it. So it's like, yeah, like I think like that'd be a super good idea. Like, what could possibly go wrong? It's like, well, that's just it. Like anything could possibly go fucking wrong with that because you're changing something. So now who knows what the fuck could happen
Hmm.
in turn?
Yeah.
Because what was supposed to happen isn't going to happen anymore. So something entirely different that wasn't originally supposed to happen is now going to happen.
Well-
You have no fucking idea what it could be. Fucking anything. You know, like
Yeah.
you have no idea. That's fucking chaos, dude. Like you just introduce chaos into order. You have no idea. It could be good.
Which
it could
is
be
bad.
Yeah,
That
like,
doesn't
you-
work out very good for anybody.
No, like the chances
Hell
of it
no.
being something good are incredibly low, because most things in reality are usually bad things. You know?
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, that is true.
I mean, it's. I
There's
mean,
a lot of
you-
bad shit.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at like the very physics of nature and reality. Well, you know what? Most of fucking nature and reality is there's some creation that goes on, but there's also a lot of destruction that goes on in reality. So chances are, when you change something, something's gonna get fucked up. You know, so
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be something big, but that one small thing,
yeah.
like
exactly.
that's literally why it's called the butterfly effect. That
Yeah,
movie's
it's-
well,
yeah.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen it
huh.
in 20 years or something, but I remember
Oh
being
yeah.
like, oh shit.
Yeah, like you have no fucking clue what the hell its actual
Mhm.
effects could be. Like really, like
Mhm.
the only safe way to be doing it would be to like every time you would like travel back in time or whatever, you're creating an entirely separate alternate timeline separate from your original, and you can go and fuck around the other timeline, but your original timeline is still intact and is now safe and untouched. Like that'd be like the only like safe way to fuck with time is like at least like for your own original timeline would be to just create a total alternate tangent that you can go off and fuck around in and not have to fuck over your your main one there. So like if you do fuck shit up in your little alternate one there, you're like, well, that sucks. I guess I'm gonna go back to my original timeline where I didn't do those things.
That's if
Mhm.
you can get back to your original.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that
you
was
know.
the whole like premise of
That'd be
the
scary, yeah.
second movie, right? Was
Yeah.
they couldn't go back to the original timeline because stuff had been messed up, so they had to go back before
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
So
split. So
I don't like the fucking cut of any of those jibs at all.
no,
Fuck
yeah,
that.
it's just all fucked up because like the shitty thing is like time traveling in the future technically isn't really possible. Like you look at the physics behind it, okay, you can't do that.
I'll be right back.
Time traveling in the past, however, is technically physically fucking possible. Like there are physics that back up, the ability to be able to go back in time, but like
I don't think they have a fucking clue, to be honest with you. Like, we might already have a time machine. I don't know. That might be what the Mandela effect is. It's
well,
not
the
like they
Mandela
wouldn't lie
effect, from
to
what-
us.
From what I understand, the whole theory behind the Mandela effect is when they fucking fucked around with the Higgs bosons and shit like that. There,
Yeah.
it created a merger between two alternate realities, and we merged. Some of us are from the
I
old
think
one.
I
some
think
of us are
that
from the new
there's
one.
so many different things that could explain that. Like, you know how everybody just has their memory changed and everything, with
Mhm.
the time movie. I think
Yeah.
a good movie would actually be like because like, why does everybody not remember these things happening? Like,
Yeah.
for instance, let's say I go back in time and I kill Karl Marx and then kick Adolf Hitler's dad in the nuts so many times his ding dong doesn't work anymore, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, let's say in the movie there'd be people like, what the hell? I remember these fucking weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't you guys remember like World War II, World War One? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And that, like, holy shit. And then, like, I don't know if it'd be worse or better. I'm just gonna assume it would be better, but
Yeah.
who
I
fucking
mean,
knows? Could
Yeah.
go either way.
Exactly.
I-
Like.
It's like the JFK book that what's his name, Stephen King wrote.
Mhm.
Like, all this weird stuff started happening.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the fucking troll would awaken for some fucking reason and start ravaging the northwest. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
be like, troll? What the fuck are you talking about? And then all of a sudden,
Uh-huh.
there's just some troll like wandering around, just ravaging the dog
Uh-huh.
shit out of stuff.
Fucking
Anyhow.
Bigfoots, a bunch of fucking Bigfoots formed an army and start taking over North America.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like,
who
you have
knows?
no
I was
fucking
just
clue.
talking about literally like the troll in like the movie,
No, yeah.
like the big giant suckers.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so I don't know. I think that the amount of science that they actually know, like, there's a lot of theory. Like, for instance, string theory. String
Mhm.
theory's never been proven.
Well, no.
They talk about it. I mean, for a second there, I know you thought, wait a second, I've heard them talk about this for years. Like, I've heard there's a scientist. He's the same one who was talking to Terrence Howard, talking to him about legitimate science. And he's like, no, on a different podcast, he's like, no, string theory's never been proven before. There's just
No.
people who like the idea of it because it kind of, makes it so, because it basically makes like infinite universes,
No, yeah.
which is fucking confusing. But there might only be a few, like nobody fucking knows because
No.
they don't know.
Honestly,
I mean,
there's-
aliens could just be people from the future. They could be
Mhm.
demons. Who the fuck knows
Yeah.
what they could
I
be?
mean, honestly, right now at this point in time, like I'm more inclined to fucking go off on Elon Musk's belief and be like, dude, we're just in a fucking computer simulation. What it is, we're just chilling in some fucking other creature's fucking hard drive as they run a fucking simulation. That's literally what the fuck we are. Like,
I love the simulation thing because that's literally God with more steps.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's just,
that's
it's
like,
just. I mean, like we're
okay.
Just, I mean, like there's more evidence to support we're living in a simulation than any other fucking theory about existence. Like living in a simulation, kind of just like coincides with all the other crazy shit that we can observe, that goes on.
There's
here in the
weird
universe,
stuff in
you
like
know?
the Bible and shit that they found that was like they like might be real. Some of it. Like the fucking Sodom and Gomorrah thing where the hellfire rains from the sky and kills a bunch of people.
There's
A
an
guy
area out
found the
there-
village.
Yeah. So I was gonna say there's an area
Yeah.
out there where they believe that place existed, and they
Which
can
is wild.
and they're finding like pure elemental sulfur, in the area around
There's
there. Like
there's
it's-
like nuclear style shadows on buildings that they dug up where you can see their legs and the top half of them's just gone.
Hmm.
So it's like, holy crap, that's fucking wild. And then like the flood thing, there's that guy who thinks that we got hit by a comet and that caused all the floods. And it turns out that like Christianity isn't the only one with the flood theory. It's every single, not every single, I think it's almost every single religion or myth thing has the floods,
Yeah.
which is like, whoa, that's pretty wild. Everyone, dude, kind of neat. Like, that we got hit by a comet. Like we could have been, there's like there's a whole bunch of weird stuff. I don't know. I like thinking about the weird stuff because it makes it more
Yeah.
makes our history way more interesting
what
than
was
like,
it? It was there's another one there, like something there where the fucking like the Nile River, whatever like that ran red, or something like that. There's,
Yeah.
like, a religious thing there. They were saying like judging by like what we can like tell like the time frame of like when like like these religious texts like say that took place there, we can actually say that there was actually a large volcanic eruption that happened at that exact time frame, within that same time frame there, that would have expelled a lot of material into the fucking water there that would have made it appear red and would have made the water pretty acidic and would have killed a lot of people, made a lot of people sick, things like that. There's all these things they're saying like
Whoa.
this is what happened when that river ran red. It's like, yeah, like all that could have happened because of that volcanic eruption. Like, so they're thinking like, okay, like when that happened, it actually what it was is there was a volcanic eruption that caused that all there, and that was the whole reason why that river ran red. That's
holy
the reason
shit.
why like an entire like because they're saying I think the other thing is there's like an entire place like pretty much like went into plagues and shit like that. Because that's with the whole like plagues thing there. And it's like, yeah, like if there was an eruption, there would have been a mass migration of wildlife and insects leaving the affected area. So they would have gotten like
Yeah.
a ton of frogs because guess what? Those frogs were in the river, but now that river's too acidic for them. So now all these fucking frogs are coming out there and they're getting the fuck out of the river. So now you're plagued by frogs. Okay. Well, now there's no frogs out there to eat your goddamn pests. So now all these locusts and pests come out there and they're eating all your goddamn food. So now you have no fucking food, right? So now people are starving. Now they're getting sick. Now they're getting sick, and now you have pestilence and plague spreading rampant throughout your fucking area there. Like all these plagues could have just been attested to this one volcanic eruption that just fucked with that fucking river and fucked with their ecosystem to the point there where it just destroyed their fucking supply chains and everything like that there and caused all that shit to fucking happen. It's because of
I don't like the
volcanic
cut of
eruption.
that fucking jib, dude.
Yeah, it was just because it was all because of a volcanic eruption that caused the plagues. Like it just went off in a series of events there that just one thing affected another, went off in that whole fucking, pretty much, the food web fucking chain effect there, and just when you affect one thing there, it's gonna affect all these other things connected to it. And that's what they saw out there. Like,
Oh, that
so-
shit's wild.
Yeah,
I love that
like, I was
stuff.
like, damn. Like, I mean, yeah, and like I said, like there's historical evidence that a fucking volcano erupted during the time of the Great Plagues there in Egypt. Like, and that's what they believe actually caused those plagues. It was just a volcanic eruption. It just fucked up their ecosystem.
Well, yeah, you don't. Nobody needs that.
Yeah.
You need the ecosystem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, what is it? We're fucking overdue for fucking multiple fucking volcanic eruptions, like massive ones, and so.
I tell you what, the
Like
one
nowadays.
for the one for because I seen this thing with Yellowstone's got that weird thing going on with it, and I'm like,
Yeah, the
oh
fucking
no,
guys
this
blew
would be
up.
this would be the worst fucking time for that because like the government is being like the most inept they possibly could, basically. I don't think you could.
It might
don't-
actually, at least for everybody around the nation, would probably bring people together at least to help each other.
Oh,
The
yeah,
government
yeah.
would still not do anything to help anybody. We'd have
Oh,
to do
hell
it
no.
ourselves, and it would
I
probably.
think the mass
bring people
media
together.
would fuck that up. They'd be like, "Oh, a Trump supporter or a Biden, whatever, Harris supporter, they fucking threw a
We got-
bomb in there." And
Do
then,
we got time to watch that shit? We ain't got no time to watch that shit. We're trying to fucking survive.
That's
after a
true. I guess
fucking
if it did
Yeah.
that,
volcano.
maybe everybody
Yeah.
just be like, you know what? Get out of here. We don't need you. Just get
Oh,
Go
get
on.
out of her!
get out of here. We don't need you around here. You get.
Oh
That'd
my
be
god,
rad.
you're freaking out the dogs, Eric. They're both looking at you like, what? What's going
What do we do?
That's right.
Yeah.
They
You're
better
laying here
fucking watch
thinking,
their
you know
ass, just
that.
like those dickheads on the TV. There's a guy on the internet who says, no matter how much you hate the mass media, you don't hate them enough. And I am starting to believe that. Because, like, holy shit, they lie about everything. They've lied about every single thing that we've gotten a war about. Exaggerated, twisted, something. It's like, why are you guys like, wait, do you guys get money? Do people get money if we get at wars? Oh, they do? Oh, that seems like a conflict of interest. This is bad. So, yeah, I don't like them. They always like, say stuff and then like 6 months later, turns out that was true, except they never actually come out and say it. Somebody else on the internet who pointed it out got called a liar for like, a whole year.
Yeah.
They're just dickheads.
All right,
But you know what I
rating
do
you guys
like?
give this movie? What's that?
This movie. I like
This
this movie
movie?
so much. Yeah.
much?
This is like
What would you
this is
give
a
this movie?
4-star movie.
All right.
Yeah. I was actually gonna try to like do that in the rating before you said anything.
Kelly?
Dang. I give it 2 3/4.
2 3/4. Okay.
Wow, amazing. I
Very
gave it
cool.
a 3.5. I think this is like one of those rare times I gave it a higher rating than someone else.
Well, it's not like bad. It's just not the worst. It's not the best. And
Well, it's
I
not
think
your
it was,
kind
it
of
was
movie,
technically
maybe.
between
And
2.5 and 3. I would
Yeah.
watch it again. So that.
I gave this movie 4 stars. I liked it a lot. I like it a lot.
like a lot.
How do I not have that button? Man,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, had to get that one.
Yeah,
On a side note, Andrew Santino uses a whole bunch of lines from this movie for his podcast.
Does he?
It's got the Whiskey Ginger podcast. Yeah, and he's like, in the movie, it says, in this place, we pour whiskey. And he used that in his podcast.
Oh.
And then there's one other
Uh-huh.
line. I think it's the you owe me $5 for the horse and $85 for the whiskey or whatever the hell he said. Maybe that's backwards.
Yeah, that would be
yeah.
backwards, Eric. 75 for the horse, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Leave it to Kelly to know.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I know.
Doctor
I remember
shop
weird shit.
for $80. All right, and I gave this movie 4 stars. Next week's movie is my choice. I'm gonna choose. I was just gonna ask somebody what they're choosing. It's my choice. Why would I
Yep.
ask you guys what you're
Ask
choosing?
yourself.
Yeah.
I want you
Steve,
to.
what are you
I
gonna
wanna see you
choose?
talk to yourself.
What are you gonna choose? Oh, I'm gonna choose Captain America: Winter Soldier. Turns out we haven't watched this yet. I don't think we've watched
What?
very many
America,
superhero
Winter
movies
Soldier.
this
No
year.
shot.
I thought we had watched it, but I do not have it on any list that we have watched Captain America: Winter Soldier. We've watched Captain America: First Avenger, and we have watched Captain America: Civil War. We have not watched Winter Soldier, as according to everything that I'm searching. I
Holy
cannot
shit.
find anything that
This
has
one
it,
right
so-
here?
Yes. Yeah. So, I feel like we've watched it, but I don't have any notes for it or anything. So we're gonna watch that next week.
Okay.
Yeah. That's gonna be it though. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you. I'm gonna try to play some games Tuesday, Wednesday, 7:00 p.m. Pacific time, on youtube.com/TurgorToPlays and twitch.tv/TurgorToPlays, and we'll check us out next Sunday in the afternoon on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. That'll be it though. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.